everyone, it's Tiny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. I have a video for you today, basically going over some ways you can prep for not only the DLC release we're getting very soon, but also Sally's free update release, which is coming in the very beginning of December. Now, I know it might seem like we're a bit of a ways from that, but time ticks by pretty fast, and I'm fairly certain if you're the kind of person that's going to buy the DLC, you're probably going to be so focused in that the couple of weeks between the DLC and Sally's release are literally just going to fly by, and you're going to have no time to prep during that time. So my recommendation is to prep now. Prep early. Get ready so it's less stress and you can just fully enjoy the releases as they come. So let's begin. My first suggestion is to gain some Dreamlight. Now, if you're interested in the floating islands that are coming to the base game, these are going to cost you 15,000 Dreamlight each. So that's going to be 60,000 in total just for the 4 that we're getting to begin with. Obviously, as they release more, you'll need more as well for those. But so far, we're only getting 4 of them. So you're going to need 60,000 Dreamlight. Now, obviously, if you're an established long-term player, this might not be such an issue. But if you are newer, this could be a bit more of a task, a bit more of a grind and stuff like that. Obviously, if you're not interested in these spaces, then this is going to be irrelevant for you. But for those of us that like to decorate, or even people that like to have big farms, like giant pumpkin farms, you could turn one of those islands into a giant pumpkin farm. I'm just telling you now. Or even because you can have multiplayer over on there, I'm just going to say it now, if you're someone who runs treasure islands or things like that, what a brilliant space to set up for your treasure island and stuff like that. So that's one thing that I sort of recommend, is if you are going to be unlocking those floating islands or want to, stock up on that Dreamlight. It's going to be 60,000 to unlock all of the islands if you do want to unlock them all. So I know how much of a grind it can be doing those Dreamlight duties. Like, it felt like a grind having to do it for the star path. So, you know, rather than really overwhelm yourself, just take it day by day. Try and get a little bit, try and get a couple of thousand each day, and then before you know it, you'll be up to that 60,000 in no time. Now, my second recommendation is to stockpile your star coins. With a new DLC and also a new update within a matter of a couple of weeks, we're going to see a lot of new items in the Scrooge store, but also the new Star Path items when we get Sally, and also the new friendship rewards that are going to come with all the new faces that are coming to the Valley. So if you're a keen decorator or someone that just likes to have a lot of items for dream snaps and different things like that, there's going to be probably a lot of new purchases to make. So it's better to stockpile now, so that you're not rushing to gain those coins and having to farm a lot when the updates come down, because I'm sure the last thing you want to do is be grinding on pumpkins when you could be doing friendship quests or things like that, exploring the new islands and all the like. So that's my recommendation, stock up. It's definitely something I'm gonna have to do, because my new account save is literally under 100,000 star coins right now. So trust me, this is something I'm going to be grinding. Now, my third tip is to basically prep for the new items in terms of storage and things like that. So you're going to want to be like crafting chests and finding a dedicated storage space. So with the last DLC, I just integrated all the items into my current storage system because I have different rooms for different categories. So I have a flower room, I have a kitchen for all the food items, I have a gem room and things like that. But with them potentially adding a new DLC each year, the current space I have is not going to suffice. I don't even think I could integrate the next DLC with what I currently have set up. I am absolutely going to have to overhaul my entire system. So that's something I've got to work on. If you're someone who has been sensible and sort of created just a dedicated storage room for Eternity Isle, then I'm sure you're going to do the same for this new DLC. So one thing you could do is prep some chests. Obviously, we don't know the full extent of the amount of resources, but you could make a few chests in advance, which obviously, given that they cost Dreamlight as well, another reason why you need to save the Dreamlight. Um, but yeah, it's going to make it so much easier to just drop stuff into your chest if they're already pre-prepared, pre-set up and things like that. You could also craft some potions as well as crafting the chest, just so that when we get Storybook Vale, you can go around with a mining potion or a fishing potion or anything like that, and you're going to be able to collect the new resources with absolute ease. And obviously it might be worthwhile trying that within the first couple of weeks, because when we get the star path, there could be another task that requires fishing in blue bubbles or white bubbles or things like that, and then you're not going to want your potions for that. So try and set that aside at least for the DLC. Make sure you've got the new storage room, a few chests to get you started, and perhaps some potions to get you on your way to building stock of the new resources. My fourth tip is to prepare for the upcoming Star Path. Now, I know the Sally update is a bit more of a longer wait and therefore the next Star Path too. But if you are getting the DLC, those weeks between the DLC release and Sally's release are going to be jam-packed with stuff to do. So to not overwhelm yourself, I would prepare now, including finishing the current Star Path, because there's going to be 5 days between the DLC drop and the current Star Path ending. And I know where my focus would be during that time. Or at least I think it's about 5 days. I could be slightly wrong with my maths there, but I think it's 5 days. So yeah, basically, so you don't overwhelm yourself and you don't forget to finish the Star Path, try and get that done as soon as possible. In terms of preparing, you could also make sure you've got all your resources and crops stocked up. We had a lot of cooking tasks in the last Star Path, and I find that there's a lot of my basics, things like wheat and stuff like that I found myself a little bit short on. So just maybe do a bit of farming, rebuild your current stocks, you know, just in case we've got any restaurant meals to make or tasks where we have to cook 4 or 5 star recipes. Another thing you could do is to save up night fawns, but I wouldn't recommend bothering with this till about a week or 2 maximum before Sally's update, because there is a cap of night fawns in the valley and a cap to night fawns in certain biomes. So if you start trying to save these too early, it's going to be a bit pointless, because you're not going to actually maximize as much as you think you are, because they'll come to a point where you're just not getting them spawn in. So just remember in like a few weeks time, a couple of weeks time, to leave the night fawns so that you've got those for the Star Path. Now, last Star Path, we only had 1 task to clear night fawns, but they could go back to their usual pattern of having a few of these tasks. And of course, the last part to being prepared is to make sure you have as many villagers unlocked as you can. Sometimes Star Pass require you to talk or gift certain characters, so I would make sure, so you're not rushing to sort of unlock characters and things like that, that you've got them unlocked already. My fifth tip is to complete the Rift in Time DLC if you own it. Get those friendship quests done, get any achievements you want done. I didn't even know there were like achievements on the Rift in Time, so that's something I've got to do as well. But basically, I have a feeling once we've got this new DLC, there's probably going to be a lot of us that aren't heading back to Eternity Isle for the longest time, if at all. You know, we know what it's like to get caught up in new updates, new content, and I wouldn't be surprised if Eternity Isle ends up a bit abandoned. I know I haven't been over since the last Rift in Time update. So if you're someone who hasn't finished the storyline or the friendship quests, now might be the time to do it. And if you've stuck around this long, I also have a sixth bonus tip for you, which is to make sure you have Jack Skellington unlocked and leveled up. It's very possible that we're going to need him unlocked in order to get Sally. I mean, especially with the current update where we needed Simba and Nala at level 10. I'm going to assume we might need Jack unlocked and at level 10 too. So I recommend getting him in your valley, getting him leveled up, and then you should be prepared, ready for when Sally comes to the game in December. So there we have it. That's my tips for preparing for this next DLC and update that we've got coming. I am super duper excited for this. It's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to all the new content coming this way on the channel. So make sure to stick around, stay subscribed to the channel if you want to keep up to date with everything that I'm posting. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you to anyone who likes and comments on my videos, and of course my subscribers and channel members. You are all such super duper awesome people. So thank you all very, very much. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!